Hi guys, this is Ashish again. Now in this presentation, we're going to focus on type of logics. Basically, we are going to focus types of question you might be getting in visual reasoning. This is the first part, you got the second part also. So please stay tuned and understand what we are trying to do. Every question is going to be different and the approach to answer every question is going to be different than the previous one. You try to get the hang of it. There are going to be a few questions which might be answered on a similar pattern, but yes, different questions are taken here in this presentation for you guys to get maximum practice. So let's get started. Now guys, in these kind of questions, all you have to do is read the instructions, choose the set of figures which follows the given rule. Now what is the rule? Rule is mentioned below that. Closed figures gradually becomes open and open figures gradually become closed. So now what you have to do, you have to select the series where the closed figures are opening and open figures are getting closed. So based on that situation or in that series, you have to select the answer. If one follows it, you'll select one as the answer A. If B follows it, that is how it's going to be the answer. I'm not saying that these are the answers. This is just the example I'm giving it to you. So now I want you guys to pause the presentation, try to find the answer. Once again, what you're supposed to do, you have to select that combination of pictures where open figures are getting closed and closed figures are getting open. Pause it, try to find the answer on your own, and then of course once you have tried to do it on your own, I'll give you the answer with the explanation. Now here guys, the answer is option C. This is the right answer. Now why that is there, let's check that. In first, if you can see, the closed figures are opening, but then of course circle is becoming triangle and then something else is happening. So this is not the right answer. And of course closed figures are not, the similarity won't be there. The same thing is happening in 2. Now some people will select 2 as the answer, but please pay attention here. You got square in the first figure, but in the second one you got the rectangles. That's the reason that's not my answer. Why 4 is not the answer? Again guys, things are not followed there, but here the closed figures are getting open and the open figures are getting closed. That's the reason answer is C. I hope you guys are getting it. Trust me guys, visual reasoning questions are very easy to answer. All you need to know what is the approach, and that's what I'm trying to explain. After getting this presentation, try to solve questions on your own from the study material you have. Go online and you'll be getting perfection at it. Let's go to the second question now. Here guys, choose the set of figures which follows the given rule. Now what is the rule? The series become complex as it proceeds. Now once it proceeds, the series becomes complex. So of course, depending upon the rule given, the situation or the option or the series of diagrams follows this rule, is that your answer. Now if you didn't get it, let me repeat what I said. You have to find the series of diagram where the situation is getting more complex, and that is the one is your answer. Now let me give you few clues before I ask you to pause the presentation and try to find the answer on your own. That one definitely, A definitely cannot be my answer, because look at this. The things are becoming easy. They are not becoming complex. So one is not the answer. Now I've given you a clue. Now please try to find the answer. Pause the presentation. Try to get the right one, guys. You must have got the answer. Answer is C. The third is your answer. Why? Because again, look, you can see here things are becoming complex, of course, but then okay, one is there, but all of a sudden there are so many things coming up. It is not getting into a sequence. Okay, so that is the reason. Look at the sequence, guys. Of course it is becoming complex, but it's not going into a sequential form. That's the reason it is not the answer. Look at from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 change. The amount of changes have been there. Similarly, 4, of course it is not complex. It's just that they are twisting or they are just changing the angle of something. In fact here it is also becoming simpler, so the situation becomes more complex. So given the situation, C is the answer. That is the third. I hope things are making sense to you. Let's go to the next question, guys. Now guys, these kind of questions are known as dot situation. You have to go through the question and you have to find the similar situation in the options. What is it? Let's understand that. Select the figure which satisfies the same conditions of placement of the dots as in figure S. Now this is the figure that you have to pay attention to, and you have to pay attention to the fact that where the dots are. The first dot is covering the circle and the triangle. The second one is covering the circle, triangle, and the square. And the third one is in between the circle, or circle you can say, the square, no, rectangle is there, and then it has two rectangles, one circle. So based on that, you have to find a situation that satisfies. If I put these three dots, that one should be getting in between the circle and the triangle, the second, and then the second is covering the same kind of situation. So based on that, you have to select the figure amongst 1 2 3 4 as your answer. I want you guys to pause the presentation, try to use your imagination, try to use your skills to find the answer, guys. Of course, I'll be giving you the answer once you have tried to get it on your own. I hope you have paused the presentation, you tried to find the answer on your own. Now look at figure 4. This is definitely not going to be my answer. Just after looking at it, you get to know that yes, that couldn't be my answer, because if you select this as your option, there is no way you can place these three dots satisfying the same conditions the way it is in figure X. Now if you pay close attention, even 3 cannot be my answer. So definitely C and D are gone from the equation. If you pay attention on to the first and second, definitely B is my answer, where I am going to satisfy the condition given in diagram X. I want you guys to pause the presentation, try to understand why B is the answer. Take your time, there is no rush. We are not trying to see how fast you can answer the question. Nobody's judging whether you're getting the right or wrong. All we are trying to do is here to get to know what the situation is and how to approach and how to answer these questions. If you get that, our job is done and we are sorted. Let's go to the next question, guys. Please pause it if you want to, okay? Thank you, guys. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now in this question, find the number of triangles in the given figure. Now, of course, you have to count how many triangles are there. Now, of course, there are ways to count how many triangles are there in the figure. Now, of course, you have to use calculations and you have to select the number of triangles given in the picture. This is also a this is a question that is in visual reasoning, but it is known as analytical visual reasoning. You analyze how many figures are there. It could be triangles, squares, or any other mathematical figure. So please try to find the answer here. Of course, I'll give you the explanation once you have tried to get the answer on your own. But I'm pretty sure at least you must have got to know what you're supposed to do here. You're supposed to find the number of triangles in this picture, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. So please pause it, try to know the answer, guys. So now what I did, I have given you the answer here before I give you the explanation, and it'll become easy for you to get the answer. The number of triangles in this circle is 28, guys. Look at this here. And why is it so? The simplest triangles are AGH, GFO, LFO, DJK, EKP, PEL, NIMN are 7 in number. So this is the diagram. I'm giving it to you. I want you guys to pay attention onto the understanding. Once you get that, you will get to know. I want you guys to pause the presentation here, understand why this is the answer, and this is the type of analytical visual reasoning questions. Of course, to get more practice on it, you are supposed to solve similar kind of questions or more number of questions. At least you get the approach, the way to answer this question and what is expected. I hope things are making sense. Let's go to the next one, guys, and the second last one before we end the presentation. Select a suitable figure from the answer figures that would replace the question mark. Now here you have to find the sequence, and based on the sequence you have to find the figure from the options. These are the options 1 2 3 4 5, which diagram is going to be coming here. So out of these 5 figures, you have to understand what the sequence is, how things are changing, and based on that you have to select the answer. I want you guys to pause the presentation, try to get the answer on your own, try to gauge the answer on your own. Again, guys, there is no rush. Take your time. It is not a test. Here no one is judging whether you're getting the right or wrong or how much time you're consuming. It is a practice. So please pause it, try to know the answer on your own. Now let's understand here. Now triangle is there in the first one, and then the second one, triangle is coming at the place of circles, and circle is going in the place of triangle. So triangle is here, and then a L shaped figure is here. So similarly, L will go on the top, and the triangle will come next. Now there are three number of circles, one square, and then there are three squares, one circle. So one triangle, 3L. So it's going to be 1L and three triangles. So 1L, three triangles. Where the answer is? Yes, answer is A, guys. I hope you are getting it in a simple way. I gave you the approach, I gave you the answer without much fuss. You have to understand what is happening, and based on that, you'll be able to get the answer. Let's go to the next one, guys, now. Now, guys, in this question, I want you guys to pause the presentation, try to find the answer, choose the figure which is different from the rest. Again, it's a classification type of question, or you have to find the answer where the similarity won't be there. So, the answer is here in this question is option B, that is 2. Now, why that is the answer? Try to find the answer on your own after pausing the presentation. Of course, I'll give you the explanation now. Now, guys, pay attention here. 3 and 4 definitely not going to be my answer because they are very similar, and of course I have to find the odd one. So option C and D are out of the context. Now check option A and E. Why these are not? Of course they are revolving. If you turn it, okay, they are interchanging the position. These two figures are changing the positions, and these two figures are also interchanging the positions. So guys, giving the situation here, that is not the answer. That is the answer. Reason answer is B, 2, guys. Here the answer is option B. I hope you understood what we did. Now guys, visual reasoning is a kind of question where your observation skills in regards to finding out the mathematical figures and what is happening, that is being gauged. There is no fixed formula. You might be getting the answer in a different way, but till the time you're getting the right answer, it doesn't matter what approach you have. Getting the right answer is of most importance. Focus on the instructions, try to get the answer, guys. So this is the part 1. I hope you understood. If you didn't, please listen to this recording once again. Thank you, guys.